into some grown man-ish. Conversation on some grown man-ish. Put your hands up on some grown man-ish. We puffin' on some grown man-ish. We sippin' on some grown man-ish. We vibin' on some grown man-ish. We lovin' on some grown man-ish. I know, you know, that you're down with me. You know, I know, that you're feeling me. Know that the time has passed for you to raise your glass, to stand up, pull your pants up, and you know that it's time to represent. We riding on some grown man-ish. We step into some grown man-ish. Conversation on some grown man-ish.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are here. We are here. Yes. It is Tuesday, 9 p.m., which means it is time for another edition of Grown Man Conversations, the visual podcast, and this is the last Grown Man Conversations of the year of 2021.
Yeah.
And like always, still holding it down, one half of the co-hosting team, and I go by the name of Tone X. Can I get some more? Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, I'm the other half of this co-hosting team, and I go by the name of Y Square.
Get some home talk for Y Square.
I'm not introducing my other two ego.
Thank you. We
Just
are in
Y Square tonight.
red and white tonight, looking like old school
I
candy
know,
stripers.
right?
Y'all remember the candy
Don't
stripers
we?
from the
Don't we?
hospital? I don't know what they did, but they were
Don't
cute. I don't know what they did. So tonight, for the last episode, we are talking about something that is going to be talked about and expressed over and over again in 2022 here in Grown Man Conversations on the Visual Podcast, and that is self-care.
Yes.
We always talk about energy is everything. Well, tonight we're going to bring that together because I don't know if you are familiar with reflexology. I don't know if you are familiar with intuitive healing. That's what we're going to be talking about tonight. So we are joined representing Ground Bloom Reflexology. It is Kathryn Ambrosini. Give her a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Kathryn Ambrosini.
I'm not doing all that. I'm going to go right to K.
Yeah.
Right to K.
Did we pronounce the last name right?
You did, actually, yeah, flawlessly. That
Oh,
was good.
awesome. Good.
Thank you so much for having me.
So listen, we're going to dive right into it.
Listen to her voice, though.
You like
She's
that?
like, thank you so much for having me.
I know she's using her.
I
We're
know.
going to see, but we're going to see in about 35 minutes.
30
Is that the real
Is it the real?
voice or what's going on?
Right, because we got
this is
on
gonna
this.
tell.
Y'all know how we
This
do.
is apparently my session voice. Everyone says I have
Okay.
a very relaxing.
Right. Okay. She's trying to relax us because she can tell we're already on one.
Well, we got you on this Jack Honey, so we're going to
So,
see how you sound in about 30 minutes.
I'm going to dive right into it.
What's
Okay.
up, OGD Lee? Let me say hey to the Facebook
OGD
fam right
Lee.
away. Yeah, he just
Wheelchair
popped
Mafia.
in, Wheelchair
Rock
Mafia.
Ladies, Mama Rock's Kitchen.
What's up, Mama Rock? Still
All right.
loving the taste of that food from the other
Off the
night.
hook.
Yes, it was.
If you're just tuning in, we are joined by Kathryn, representing Grounded Bloom
Ambrosini.
Reflexology. Yes, and
I gotta say that last name.
and I see. And so I'm going to ask the question that will start the ball rolling.
Get the ball rolling.
All right,
darling.
especially with black people.
All right.
Okay. What exactly is reflexology?
That's an awesome question that I
Okay.
get asked every day. Essentially, reflexology is mappings of your entire body, head to toe, shrink them down, and then access those through your hands, your feet, and your face. Do I need? Is that better?
That's good.
Okay. So basically, by working on your hands, your feet, and your face, your body relaxes, de-stresses, and then naturally heals itself, which is very cool. And it's important because we want people to know that there's alternatives. You know, that they have supports and there's wellness communities out there with services like this, and they have options.
So when you say take a map of your whole body, what does that mean when you say?
So basically, I went to school for this. So what we were taught is anatomy, right? Anatomy, biology. You learn how to kind of literally, if you took a screenshot of yourself and just shrunk it down, I can access everything. So skeletal
thought of it like that, right?
No,
I
no.
haven't.
And I do know that I know like when I go and get my pedicures,
Mhm.
and you know how it feels so good when they're
Yeah.
on their feet. And I would always I actually went to cosmetology school, and in that
Okay.
you learn about the feet and the different stuff, and so
Yeah.
certain areas in the feet affect certain body parts, right?
Yeah. So reflectively. So
Mhm.
it reflects like a mirror
Mm-hmm.
on your feet. So you can find those smaller areas
Mhm.
on areas of your feet or areas of your hands, your ears, your face. But yeah, you can access your whole body just by your energy.
Now, just because you said about the feet,
Mm-hmm.
let me ask about the toxins in your body. And you know how people put their feet in the
Mhm.
water
Yeah.
and and then it turns a certain color, and it
Mhm.
tells you about some of the things. That's all tied together?
Yeah, so the woman who taught me, she's fantastic, and she has a theory about this, which obviously is a theory, so it's not proven.
Mm-hmm.
But we've talked about this a few times, and she said that her instinct with the 30 years she's been doing this and helping people with various issues, she just feels as though she wouldn't necessarily want to pull those toxins out of those reflections, but everything is very intentional. So for her, the intention of her foot is her entire body. If you're going and you're putting your feet in these foot baths and
Mhm.
that's not your intention, of your entire body,
Mm-hmm.
then it may be doing it a little differently. So her intention may be skewing that detox, and she thinks it's a good thing, but she's curious how, if that's your whole body that you're sticking in there, how is it pulling it out, and where, like, what organs is it pulling it out of, and is it the most safe way to do so?
See, I always thought it was just pulling from your feet.
Mm-hmm.
And I
See,
thought
and then
everything was pulling from your feet.
It can be, but if you look at like a map of your whole body or that mirror image of your whole body, then for her it's a little different. I don't really have an opinion personally. I can't say one way or the other. I haven't experienced that.
Okay, what about this one? The fish, where you stick your feet in, and the fish
Oh,
come
and
and they
the
eat the little.
skin.
You seen you know about that?
Those
And the
little-
little,
I've seen that.
They're
Yeah.
little piranhas. Are those?
no,
little
baby, they ain't piranhas.
Oh.
We be dead.
Okay.
So you pull your foot out there, and it'd be an ankle because
What
piranhas.
fish
That's
is it?
different.
Okay, what fish is it?
It's a little
I don't
nibble
know.
fish. I don't know. Somebody
I
Google that.
sincerely
fish.
don't know. You will not find fish in my office. I promise.
No fish in our office, ladies and gentlemen. If you're pescatarian, you'll be fine. Somebody Google the type of fish that they use when they do the foot massages.
Yeah,
Go
and they have
Google
little-
China.
I thought maybe
That's
they
what I
were
saw.
baby piranhas that really didn't have any teeth yet, and so they go and they just eat the dead skin.
No, we don't want no baby.
They are really
piranhas.
small though.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want no baby.
Okay. Well, let's see.
I
See if
don't
somebody
really-
can pull it
I
up
don't
and
know
see
if I
what
want
it is.
fish eating the dead skin
I
off my
don't
feet
either.
anyway.
It
Let's
just
get back
doesn't
on
seem
track to
comfortable.
reflexology. We are on to
Yes.
fish, ladies
So
and
how long
gentlemen.
have you been a reflexologist?
I have been doing this for 3 years.
Three. Consistency.
And what made you get into it? Like, what? How did you?
Asking all my questions.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
That's okay. It's a good question. Essentially, I found this because I needed it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh.
I was on my healing journey, and I mean that's a lifelong thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
But at this point, I was about to finish my bachelor's degree and had an emergency surgery,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't feel like I was healing well enough. Like I didn't feel like I was springing back.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a friend who said, "Hey, there's a reflexologist in Salisbury. I think you should go see her, and I also think you should consider doing this as a profession once you're done." Because I was kind of like, I don't know what I want to do. I wanted to go into healing in some capacity,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't really want to go into the Western world of that.
Yes.
That didn't feel like it clicked. So I went, I had my session, and she really shocked me because she said, "Oh, you still have gas trapped in your abdomen from this surgery." And she was touching my feet, and I thought, how does this woman know
Yeah.
that there's gas? And she moved it through. So it wasn't like it was in my intestines. It was like when they fill up your stomach
Yeah.
for the surgery to make sure they're getting everything that they need to. And then that stuff's painful in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
But she just worked on my feet, and then I instantly felt better. The next day I woke up and was like,
You gave it.
Yeah.
Was that the gas passing?
Gas
That
going
was
through
gas
it.
passing.
Then the next day she woke up.
right?
feeling
And she
incredible.
felt
Right,
great.
it
Hand
feels really
claps
strange,
Right.
for the gas passing, ladies and gentlemen.
Right. It's a couple of people. Hold on, let me see what they said.
Somebody,
Someone said so.
Jara Tufa fish.
Yes.
OGD Lee, Jara Tufa.
Well, I'm not sure
That's what
because
he said, Gara Tufa fish.
Denoris Wilson says the fish are called red gara.
That's what Gara Tufa. Same
Oh,
thing.
okay, got
Red
you, got
Gara,
you.
Gara Tufa.
Okay, gara
Salmon,
rufa.
salmon.
Gara rufa. Okay, got you.
Right.
I thought it was little
one of the two.
piranhas.
You had to go, right. Your whole feet would have been
It's
eaten
not
up.
piranhas.
You'd have been in trouble.
Thank you for that. Appreciate that.
So when we concentrate with reflexology, not just with the feet, what about the hands and the face?
Okay. Well, so I work off of traditional Chinese medicine, the 5-element theory, energy meridians, right? Energy meridians, all of those things. So you have energy meridians that run through your whole body. They correlate with your organs. And you have what we call well points in your hands and your feet and your face as well. But they're basically the start and the stop points for these energy channels. I like to think of a more complete session as accessing those because that's part of what I do in my session. I'm not just working on your spine. I'm working on the energy channels that correlate with all those things, right? So you had it done. How do you feel?
I was saving.
How do you feel?
I was saving my experience for later. But let's go into it. At first, I was telling Yolanda, I was saying, well, this is going to be nice, but this is damn near some Harry Potter stuff. All right? I'm a C. And so I was at the Vegan Vibe Fest, and she was set up, and she was doing something with a gentleman's feet. And I was looking at the gentleman, and he was so relaxed. And then I was like, we're outside, and there's people around, but he was asleep. So I was like, I don't know what she's doing, because I didn't see her, like, really doing anything. So I was like, I don't know what she's doing. It's got him like that. So I was like, listen, I didn't get a chance to come over here. And she's like, yeah, okay. So I set an appointment. And I went. And she was telling me about what it was. And I was like, okay, that's right up my alley, because plant medicine, energy, that's right up my alley. And so I went, and here's the first thing. I was trying to be like, all right, well, let me see what's really going to happen here. Is something really going to happen, or am I going to leave and be nice and be like, okay, it was nice, and then get home and be like, man, I didn't feel. So she did something with my foot, but she did something with the left one first. And then she said, did you feel anything? I was like, oh. And she was like, all right, well, I want to see if the energy, like if energy is transferring, any blockage or anything. She was like, move your left foot. Move my left foot. She was like, move your right foot. The right foot didn't move like the left one. And I said, do it again. I did. And I said, whoa. I said, okay. And to myself, I was like, all right. Number one, this is real. Number two, transferring the energy is real. I don't care what they told you or what you believe. I was there, okay? And I ain't going to come on the podcast and make nothing up. So from that point on, it's like, okay, you got my full attention.
Okay.
Because now I want to see
what it's all
what's
about.
what's really going on. And
Hey, Janie.
I tell you this, when I got up and tried to get myself together, because you take no clothes off, nothing like that. I was just trying to put my shoes on. And I was like, whoa. It was like a frequency. It's like somebody had like turned a frequency up, and I was like, oh, like everything. And I was like, okay, so something, like, you know how when you get a massage, they say drink some water.
Right.
And
You
get
need
yourself
to drink
together.
something.
Yeah, I need some Jack Honey after that. But that just shows you how real energy movement is. And if you don't understand it, how some people get messed up. You'd be like, oh, it's definitely something. It's definitely something. It's definitely
And
something.
do you only touch the feet during a session, or you can do the hands and stuff
So,
too?
like a full session with me is I start at your hands, go to your feet, and then end at your face.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I need to come in for the full session.
got
Oh, yes,
excited.
you do.
Yes,
You got
I
excited.
need. Yes, because I love to be massaged and rubbed on, and it relaxes me. But even more to know that it's being done with a purpose.
Yeah, it's a different kind of
There's a different
rub-on.
feeling and energy, and I want to be able to feel that energy connection. So they saying turn her mic up. We need you to turn.
Because she being soft spoken.
Yes.
Because she babysitting that drink.
You better stop
That's
putting
why
that
she's
on
still
that
talking
drink
like
and coming
this.
to this night.
And
Is that better? Thank you, Janie.
and you come and tonight.
That's
this
her,
better?
That's her therapy voice.
Yeah, okay, we know you're
Is this
centered.
better?
Yeah,
Okay.
go ahead.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Okay.
It's in a
Yeah,
few
take a
minutes.
little sip. It's gonna get in on
Yeah,
this.
we're going to get the real one.
Because look, before you get off this podcast, honey, I want you to rub these hands. I want to feel a little bit of that reflexology in my hands and let the people see my
We can do that.
reaction. We're gonna give a real reaction and the true.
Can they see
feeling.
me okay, or is my hair?
Oh yeah, no,
Okay.
yeah, they can see you perfectly. Yep. So they can see you perfectly.
I just didn't know how to wall up.
Yeah.
They couldn't hear me. It's like, well, if
Yes.
they can't hear me, can they see me?
Yes, Janie said that's better with the
Okay.
sound. So we got the better.
Thanks,
they can,
Janie.
They can
Thank
see
you.
They can see you fine. Yeah.
If you just joined us, tonight we're talking about reflexology.
Reflexology.
Being joined by Kathryn Ambrosini
Mm-hmm.
of Grounded Bloom Reflexology, and that's in Concord. If anybody would like to hit me up and ask me about it, feel free to.
And if they want to hit you up, where do they go to?
So I have Instagram, Facebook.
I'm sorry.
It's at Grounded Bloom Reflexology. And then if you want to call the office, you can call 704-657-3761. And that's a cell, so that accepts text as well.
It was a young lady in the office that I was talking to.
So that is Margot. She is the acupuncturist in the clinic.
Margot put them needles in you.
Too.
Oh, yeah.
Did you have that done too?
No, but Margot said she loved my voice.
Oh, yeah, she did.
That was enough.
So
Enough for me. Right?
can you get the reflexology and the acupuncture the same day?
So
Or is it best to do them separately?
It's best to do them separately. Your body really maxes out at about an hour and a half of information intake. So we never want to overload you. We never want to oversell you. Some people don't want to come in and get everything. You know how you feel after just that session.
Right.
Can you imagine amplifying that even more? You can't walk out the door. And we love you, but you can't sleep on our floor.
Girl, what she just told you, didn't you, ladies and gentlemen?
You got to get up out of
You
there
got to go.
after she finished with those
Y'all
feet.
not that close.
Right.
You got to go. You're not that close. This is a business. Chocolate O. You got to come and you got to do this, family. You got to come. You got to do this.
Janie Frazier actually has a question. She wants to know, do you do Reiki too? Reiki? Am I
Reiki?
Reiki.
So I don't do Reiki, but I call myself an intuitive healer because a lot of this is moving energy. A little bit of chi energy, but energy in general. So I haven't practiced Reiki. I haven't been certified in that. And that is very much more hands-off, floating above you type work. This is very direct.
Okay.
More of like a conduit.
It's another type of meditation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You use the sound bowl.
Yeah, I start out with a singing bowl to kind of open your channels up and get your chakras a little more aligned or open if you need them. Yeah, it's fun stuff.
And it's like plant medicine. It's amazing if you really concentrate. If you really concentrate and see how energy works, you are amazed because of the simple fact that, please tell me, when did you get this kind of information when you were coming up? I know you didn't get it in school. I know your friends were not talking about this. So when we talk about self-help and we talk about taking time for self, this is just another tool. This is just another arm on the octopus. There's so many ways when it comes to self-help. But really in 2022, we want to push here on the podcast taking care of yourself.
Right.
Because you cannot be an asset to anyone else if you're a liability to yourself. That's a T-shirt, okay?
Absolutely.
So you can't. So, in 2022, and starting now, but pushing forward into the year, that's what we want to be on. So we'll have more information like this. We'll have more guests like this.
Yeah,
in
I'm
the
excited
entire
about
realm
right.
of the spiritual world. Wait till
Right.
we bring in those plant medicine talkers.
Right.
Okay, that's going to be incredible. Now I see you keep
Well, because
rubbing.
Janie is on the line over here saying this is her world too. She's into the self-healing world as well. She actually has a campaign that she is launching now and strongly at the top of the year, it's challenging yourself to be a better you.
Be a better you.
Yeah, to be a better you. So this is all a part of that too. Just getting
Hand claps for
centered
Jen.
and getting
Being a
yourself.
better you.
You might be able to team up on some things in the
so
future
wonderful,
together.
for sure.
I sure will.
I got a question. Someone comes in to see you. What's the duration of the sessions?
So it's about an hour to an hour and a half. Your intake session, we do a little bit of intake paperwork. We have like a brief conversation, go over that, just so that
I felt like I was taking SAT.
Did you?
God dang, how many papers on this clipboard? No, go ahead. Go ahead.
just so we have just a general understanding of a baseline of your wellness, and then it really is not. I'm not watching the clock. I go with what your body needs. Sometimes you need a little bit of a faster pace, depending on what energy and what. I'll just say so, like liver energy. If you need something addressed with that, sometimes that requires a little bit of a faster pace, right? But then other things require slower pace and slower movement. So it's all how your body is basically telling me it's ready to receive. And so we go from there.
And are you giving a foot? Is it a massage that you?
So it's not massage. It's definitely very different. It is just gentle, very light, alternating pressure. There's not pulling on the skin. We don't use any oils, so there isn't that gliding motion that massage has. And also, in the state of North Carolina, there's kind of a battle going on right now. So I've been to Raleigh a few times in our legislative offices, but we're definitely not massage therapists. And I can tell you more about that later. But
Okay, gotcha. Yes.
That's dope. So now you know what the duration is, okay? So you go there, and let's say it's someone's first time.
Okay.
What would you suggest that they do to familiarize themselves with you, the process, the whole reflexology, and would set them up to come back the next time so they could take in a little more? What would you suggest the first time?
So the first time I suggest, obviously, ask me any questions that you have. I always tell people that it's their time, right? So they can fall asleep, they can ask questions, they can talk, they can do however or whatever they feel comfortable in the moment. And then just dress comfortably. You stay fully clothed. Only your socks come off. So whatever makes you feel at ease, definitely do that. And then allow yourself time after your first session, because you're going to feel, tipsy, a little naturally high, goofy, whichever it is. And you want to give yourself time to acclimate, whether that's going home and taking a nap, whether that's just resting, or whether that is, going and grounding somewhere, listening to music, doing whatever you feel like you need to do to just kind of center yourself.
You heard what she said about your feet. And she went for the feet. She didn't, so I guess she was suggesting feet. She didn't say about the hands or the face, but those feet, ladies and gentlemen, she's taking socks off. Let's make sure that we do foot maintenance before you fall up in here.
I was just
Okay?
about to say.
Don't fall up in here, all right, with your feet looking like Crocs.
Not even looking like
All
Crocs.
right, looking like you got a bag of ash on your ankles. Or don't do that. Don't do that.
Not even looking like
that's
Crocs.
going to throw the energy off.
Smelling like Crocs. Have you ever ran across a smelly foot? That when they took the shoes off and you was about to get some reflexology on, you was like,
this messing up the energy.
Hey,
you had to get more
I
crystals.
can't do this.
Actually, no. So I think the people who come in are very aware of themselves, right? So it's a lot of like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. And you look at their feet and you're like, there's nothing wrong with your feet, right? So people are very cautious or very aware. Now, I can't work on anything fungal. So if you've got like a fungal infection like athlete's foot, you got to take care of that before you come into the office. But besides that, like calluses are fine. As long as they're not cracked or bleeding and causing you discomfort, then it kind of is shielding your body and letting me almost know what's going on. It's like an instant, it tells on you, right? I've been trained to look at those things, and your body's going to tell on you.
Wow. You had some calluses. I know you.
What?
You got.
Wait, hold on, no, hold on. And why you laughing?
Y'all was
I
I
just-
caught
wait a
it. I
minute.
caught the energy.
No, but
It was.
I know
caught
you
it.
had some calluses, like my feet.
Well, I know it's
I
one
got that
little
little boots
one.
on my
I
feet.
know it's
No,
one
Yolanda, don't do
little-
that. Yolanda, don't do that.
Okay.
People watch us
Okay.
worldwide. Now, when I was on the table, and she said, "You got to take your socks off," I was like, "Oh." I had just got my feet done
I was
Okay.
mimicking you.
from Sheena, Alpha Male Nail Care.
Yeah, shout out to Sheena.
My feet were done,
Mhm.
but I wear different types of socks, and sometimes I like to wear the thin socks, and they have a tendency to move under your feet and your shoes, and they cause a problem. So when she got to that other foot, I was saying to myself, now, God damn it, this right here, okay, is going to have to be explained. I was sitting on the table trying to think what I could say
Mhm.
as to why. So I just went straight to it. I said, "Hey, this is because
Told on
this
yourself.
is because I wear the loose socks." And then she was like, "Okay." And then she said, "Well, listen, here's some things you could put on that to take care of that. Go to Whole Foods. They had it last time." And I was like, "Okay, cool." So that was a plus. Professionalism is always a plus. But as soon as she said about them feet, I knew I had a story because I laughed about that. It was funny after the fact. But it wouldn't have been funny if she'd have been like, "Well, no, I can't finish because this right now, ooh," and like, how do you go home and how do you explain that? Like, my feet were so messed up, I couldn't even get the treatment. So make sure when you go to see her, you got your shit together. Make sure
Yeah.
you got your feet together. And I would suggest, this is just me, I would suggest go ahead. Don't put your feet in the shallow water. Don't get in and hold on to the side of the pool. Go ahead down there where the
Get in the
diving
deep
board is.
end.
Get the foot
The hand.
and the face.
Come on.
Go ahead and get the whole experience. There's not a build-up. Because you'll come back, but it's not a build-up. It's not like crack, like, oh,
Mhm.
I got to go back and chase that high. No. But what it is an understanding you might be chasing, knowledge, and energy is everything. And I think we say it so much now to people who understand it that it becomes a cliche to those who don't.
Yeah.
But if you will go and open yourself up mentally, spiritually, emotionally, it's a lot of things that they didn't tell you. And it's very true. And energy, you know what? You start looking at movies different when you understand information different and you understand energy is everything, and then you get it when they say art imitates life.
Yeah.
Because all they're doing is showing you exactly what people are talking about right there in front of you. Your willingness to accept it is up to you. So I would highly suggest, I can't wait till you go.
I can't wait to go either.
And go. And I give them your location in case they're trying to find you.
Hey, Tiff. Hey, Tiffany. Thanks for joining.
Why your voice getting soft now?
No, because I didn't want to yell, and I knew she was about to say
Tiff.
something.
I'm like,
But I
who
wanted
is-
to make
Well, who
sure
is
that
Tiff?
Tiff Grown Gang.
Okay, I'm making sure.
So I'm in Concord. It's in Afton Village. If you're taking 85, it's right off exit 54. And then the address is
Right by the QT.
Right, yeah, the QT 360 Exchange Street.
You got to give black people landmarks. The
Right.
QT, ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen,
Well,
make a right at the QT.
I think everybody needs landmarks. That's the only way to get places. So yeah, the QT, and then you just pull right in there.
Gotcha. Well, at this time, you know what time it is. It's time to give our sponsors some love and shout outs. We first want to thank everyone who has tuned in on a Tuesday, whether it
Yes.
was every Tuesday or one Tuesday that you tuned in to watch Grown Man
Tammy
Conversations,
T. Love.
the visual podcast. What's up, Tammy T.
That's
Love?
Oaktown. That's the one that says
Yeah,
your wife
I know
is
who
aggressive.
says I'm aggressive.
Your wife is aggressive.
What's
She's
up,
still
T
aggressive,
Love? I'm
Tammy.
still aggressive. But thank you all for watching the visual podcast. This is the last show of this year,
It is.
2021.
It is.
We will be back in 2022, inshallah.
Say it.
Yes,
The
bigger
Jehovah's,
and better.
I got the Jehovah's Witnesses.
Well, that's God's will,
speaking
or in
Arabic.
Jehovah's
Boy, you better
will,
talk.
and in Jehovah's
Yeah, man, that's
will
fine.
too. Now, I'm speaking of both. So
Go
that's
ahead.
in God's will and Jehovah's will, inshallah. So in all of that, we will be back 2022 in January. So make sure you stay tuned in for that Tuesday that we'll be starting back. We have to definitely thank our sponsor, Grown TV Network, which is where you can go and see all of these lovely podcasts throughout the years. If you missed this year, you can go check out last year, check out when we were doing the live shows.
Yes.
You can also check out content from other content creators from around the world.
Same song.
I didn't know which one you was doing.
Oh. She about to see it. They about
Yes.
to see it.
And then, of course, you know, which I'm repping tonight, Grown Fit, GF. Gotta shout out
Big
Grown Fit.
hand
Wear.
clap for Grown Fit. Make sure you go to grownfitwear.com.
We appreciate the support.
Grownfitwear.com. Ladies,
Some new
fellas,
stuff,
all
new
my
flavor.
nieces' pieces, all my nephews, make sure you go. Support the brand. That's how brands grow. Not how brands blow.
Right.
This is how brands
Grow.
It starts grassroots level, which is always the level,
Mm-hmm.
and we level up through support. Support is showing love to the brand. I know you love Polo. I know you love Louis. I know you love Gucci. I know you do. But if any of those representatives, and if Ralph Lauren himself was walking in South Park, he would walk by you 11 times.
Because he would not know who you were.
No, because he doesn't have to know who you are.
Right.
You wouldn't know who he was. He'd look.
You might would know him.
Yolanda, let me tell you something.
Some people might.
I will bet good money. Good money. I could ask somebody right now, describe Ralph Lauren. And if you can't describe him, you definitely can't be like, is that Ralph Lauren? Because he doesn't even have the look to make you say, is that
No,
Ralph
I mean
Lauren?
he
Unless
doesn't have
you-
a distinctive
right.
look, but he's a fly. I would say a fly white man.
But it's a lot of those. You can go to South Park and see that.
I mean,
Okay?
no, I'm saying he's got a little gray, dresses. I would have to see a
He's
picture of him.
He's a
I could point him out in the lineup.
He's a
Say
fly.
that.
He's a fly gay white man. So if
Yeah,
you're
that
gonna
too.
use all the descriptors, use all of them because that changes his whole facial structure when you see him.
Mhm.
But he will walk right by you. You wouldn't know him. Donna Karen go by you in South Park. You wouldn't know who she was, but you can see me and Yolanda. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to drive home. That's the kind of support we want. You can see Kathryn.
Mhm.
Okay, you couldn't see the median from Long Island. You couldn't see her. You only could see her on TV. And then she lost everything.
Mm.
She didn't know that she was getting ready to go through a
Yeah,
divorce.
I guess she didn't realize
They don't talk to
that.
themselves.
Mhm.
So you can see us. So make sure that you support us. Go ahead and do another one.
So yeah, that pretty much
Grown TV
wraps it
Network?
up from I that was Grown TV Network that I shouted out before Grown Fit.
What about the book?
Oh, well, you shout out your book.
Make sure you go.
Could be a great
support
stocking stuffer for the holidays.
the first book. I'm an author. So if you didn't know, it's called Grown Man Tips. You can go to tonexedutainment.com. tonexedutainment.com. And you can get it. Okay?
Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, let's dive back into
Let's
it head
dive back
first.
into this conversation. So I know we talked about, because we have some more hot topics that we're going to bring up and talk about. There was a big one that I got engaged with on Facebook earlier today, so I really want to talk to that one. But before we go into that, I want to give the peoples and give me a little bit of example of this reflexology
Okay.
that you can do.
Yeah.
So I'm about to give you my hand.
Okay. Sure.
She ain't a palm reader.
No, but do I turn it this way, this way,
You
this
just
way?
turn this way and this way. So technically, start with your left hand,
Oh, well,
but okay.
let's go. Start
do
with
it.
how you do.
Are you comfortable in that position?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I am. And so, what do we do? What are explain that.
So essentially, I am just really and then working down your fingers,
Ooh, yes, arthritis in that one.
right?
Facts.
So, and if anything is like sore or tender, you let me know.
It feels good.
Okay. Because if there's little spots, sometimes that's just your body saying, "Hey, I need a little extra love right here."
Yeah, okay, it's sore right there. I need some more love right there.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So take a big deep breath. Big exhale. There you go.
All right.
I'm going to give some mood music
Yes.
while they do what they do.
Y'all, this feels good. Janie said those sound effects you're doing. Y'all, I really feel it too. So it's like a pulsating. It almost feels like, you know, when you're in the massage chair and it's pulsating in your back. Well, she's pulsating on my fingertips. And it feels.
No. You can't.
Oh.
You. That's no.
You had me channeling Erica Badu now, honey.
That's good. We don't do that. You just talk your normal. Don't try to syncopate it with the beat. Now, that's too much. That's too much.
Look, I was about to get.
I know, but
entertain.
just go ahead.
I was about to
go ahead and talk about what it feels like.
Yeah. So then with this, because I feel it. I feel like you're. I don't know what you're pulling, but something is. I feel like it's just coming up. What is that? You're pulling out of me.
That I'm pulling out of you. Whatever you're ready to release.
Okay.
Okay. That may be vague, but does it make sense?
Yes. Okay.
Yolanda just asked the energy she felt, and Yolanda said, "What is that you are pulling out of me?" And Kathryn said, "Whatever it is that you are trying to release,
that you're ready to release.
That you're ready to release." And a lot of times, ready to release translates into need to release. And when you start doing shadow work, which is looking inward, the things that you need to release are the hardest things to release.
Absolutely.
Yo, this feels like acupuncture, massage, reflexology, a vacation. It feels like all of those things in one.
I want to quote you on that. It feels like a vacation.
Yeah. It does. Are you still doing the mood music over there? Oh, Tone, did you get, or you just had your feet?
No, we did the whole thing.
You did? Mm-hmm. Oh, wow.
How's your low back?
It hurts?
Okay.
How can you tell?
I can feel it in your hand.
You feel it, my back be bothering me, baby.
Yes,
Hold on
I
a minute.
do.
This is what we can't
She
do.
just felt
Right,
my
but
back and my hand.
I know, but when we have guests,
What?
we can't be like, my back be bothering me. We got
I can say the B word.
Okay, all right.
My back bothers me, but that's when you know it really hurts. My back be bothering me. But it, so you can feel that?
Yeah.
What is it? What are you feeling?
So it's a difference in change, or sorry, not change, a difference in texture, consistency, and sometimes just general energy.
So what do I need to do?
So just having this done will work it out. It'll help that discomfort and it'll help whatever's going on. But also when I get to areas, like specifically working on your spine, not just the general kind of figuring out what's going on first. Then we do some breath work. I'm intuitive and I'm empathic. And I ask people typically before it starts, if you want me to talk to you about what comes in, then we can do that as well. So a lot of times the back is like, can I ask you a question? Okay, so a lot of times the back is support. So, and you don't have to answer that out loud, but you can think about how that correlates to what's going on in your life. And if it's something that
So maybe I need more support?
potentially,
Awesome. I like where we're going with this. Y'all see what's happening while she's doing this? It feels, I know, right, Janie? I'm about to fall asleep. I feel like I'm about to fall asleep. They're like, don't.
Right. Lyle
it'll get you.
Lyle says your turn, Unc, for the hand massage.
Right.
I got the hands, I got the feet, and I got the face. And it's incredible. And she did that. She was asking me questions. And that's when I really was like, you know, first of all, I went in asking questions. She ain't going to tell you that, but I asked tons of them because I had just watched Get Out before I had went to get my session.
Okay.
And I said, hey, let me tell you something. Don't you try to put me in the sunken place, young lady. She said, we don't do nothing like that.
We
here.
don't sink,
And I
we
said,
elevate.
okay.
Yes.
I said, all right.
So move that hand around and see how it feels.
It feels good.
Now move your other hand.
It doesn't feel as good as this.
Now you
Right?
see what
There's
I was
a
talking
difference.
Yes,
Now you see what I was
totally a
talking about.
difference. Y'all need to go and see Kathryn on it. You need to go and check her out, Kathryn. I was just letting it be known. That's how good it is.
So we're just going to have to relax.
Exactly. I'm just
It's all
putting
right.
it out.
Yeah, you see, it's still girl
Yes.
power.
So
no matter where you go.
I want to ask you about these. One of my very good friends, actually Janie, who is watching us now,
Okay.
she gifted me with something. They had a little surprise
Capricorn.
thing for me the other day for my
Oh,
birthday.
Oh yeah, happy
I'll
birthday.
be- thank you. Well, it's December 30th, so
Okay.
it's not yet,
Okay,
but
didn't
Never
know.
too early.
right, never too
Always
early.
accept that.
But they surprised me with when I walked in the house. Several of my girlfriends had dressed up as images of me.
Okay.
So it's different. They took different pictures and dressed up like that picture. So I walked through and was able to see myself through my girlfriend. So it was a really, really special, sweet, and sentimental moment. But one of the gifts that was given to me, which was actually by Janie, so she gave me some zodiac. I'm a Capricorn and some crystals.
Okay.
What? Tell me about these, or do you know anything about these?
So I have looked into crystals a little bit just in my personal life, not necessarily with my work, but I love them. You know, usually I like to go to what calls to me or what I'm drawn to, because if they have, any healing properties, it's going to be what you need in that moment.
Yes. And I'm sure they do. She is that type of. She's the one who I was telling you is doing the Better You,
Yeah.
Better
Very
You
cool.
campaign. Who I want to connect you with. But yeah, I
Very
thought this
cool.
was such a special gift.
Yeah.
Crystals is something that I'm just newly getting into and being interested into. But I know it's a beautiful stone. It's I don't want to say a rare stone, but it's a natural stone, right? Because they
What are you
came
talking about?
naturally. The crystals, period.
Oh yeah.
And just what you do and the energy, I guess, that you're supposed to feel from them. I really don't know. Are you supposed to lay
they
them
help
out?
align.
So people do lots of things with them. You can keep them in your home on an altar space. You can put them under your pillow. You can keep them in your pockets. Some people put them in their bra. Okay. Sorry if that's too much.
What
but
does that do?
Women will.
I want to
really-
know what that does.
We really
Hey,
do that.
But what
you know?
does it do? Because if y'all put
When
them
you
in your
keep it in the bra.
then we might put them in our pants. So
Oh,
what
Lord.
does it do?
That's like keeping it by your heart chakra.
Okay,
Right?
well, it has
Oh,
nothing
wow.
to do with that. Never mind, fellas.
Right.
Don't even
Right.
think about the pants thing. I'm sorry.
I mean, if you need to cleanse yourself spiritually, you by all
can't
means.
cleanse it.
Right.
Can't cleanse it there. I'm gonna tell you that.
But
Can't
yeah,
cleanse
I mean,
there.
it looks like you had clear quartz, which is a good cleansing stone, a good starting stone. Rose quartz, which is like for love. You know. I like selenite. I have that over my doors in my house because it's supposed to like cleanse the energy.
What about hematite?
Block
You
in
like
and out.
hematite?
Yeah, that's a good one.
A lot of people say to take the crystals and keep your bed pointed north, and keep the crystal at the foot of your bed.
So, which way is your bed? Like, which way is your head in your bed? Because your feet.
Your head is supposed to be pointed north
Yes, there you go.
because it says when you're pointed north, you tap into an energy and a frequency when you sleep that helps to restore your body emotionally as well as physically, but definitely mentally.
Okay.
And that's why they suggest that you turn your headboard should be north. So when you lay down, your head is north. It's a certain way that you lay and align yourself with the energy. And I know it's like I always say God's in the details. That's small to some, but that's huge. It's the same like the Muslims. You pray. Why do you pray toward the east? Why do you try to seek out east in your house so you can pray in it? So it's the same thing with the crystals, but that's
And
another
thanks,
black
Janie,
sample
too.
fact.
Janie says certain crystals absorb negative energies. Some offer protection, and other also give energies to help with tension. So thank you. Yeah.
And some crystals mess you up going to the bathroom, like crystals where they got them little burgers.
Oh Lord,
If you eat some of them, they
you eat the wrong thing.
okay. That was it.
Your sound effect didn't come
No,
on.
yeah, it did.
Oh, that was your little.
that was my
Okay.
crystal burgers.
Gotcha.
All right, that's all I got for you. That's all I got.
So look. Before we go, let's for one, I'm going to give your information again so that anyone who wants to follow you, who wants to book an appointment, or know how they can get some of their hand, feet, or head reflexology, how can they do that before we move
Good
on to our
question.
hot topics?
So it is Grounded Bloom Reflexology. You can book directly on groundedbloom.com, or you can go to Instagram at Grounded Bloom Reflexology. All the links are in there for calls, emails. You can DM me on there to set up an appointment. All of
before we seg into your super hot topic, real quick, I want to say, like with comedians, they say you can't teach this. It has to be in you. So I heard you talk about your training.
Yeah.
You studied this type.
I did.
But is this in you?
Yeah. Okay. This is definitely in you. So you can go to school for this. But if you don't have that connection, I feel like it's going to be very lackluster. Just like people who maybe take a day course of this and say that they know what this is or they know how to do it or they've Googled a chart.
Right.
It is totally different. This is intention. This is energy. If you are gifted with certain abilities through spirit, right? And if you're empathic, intuitive, all of the different, like, what they call them the clairs, like clairsentient, clairvoyant, those things. They give you a next level to help people heal. But also I feel like you can't really be a healer unless you have already started to heal yourself.
True.
That's a very good point. And if you don't know where you're going.
Now, Y Square has a hot topic, ladies and gentlemen. She has a hot topic, something she been wanting to drop all day long. Go ahead and drop it, our special guest, Kathryn.
Well, it's one because I saw it buzzing, of course, on social media. Also happen to know the people that are involved. I think, several of us, we all know because they're TV folks. But, and it was a topic that I commented on today on Facebook. I have a very good friend, James Rucker. What's up, James Rucker? Don't know if you're listening or watching, but what's up, James? And he had made a comment about, are you familiar with Nene Leakes from the Atlanta Housewives?
Is it bad if I say vaguely? I do know who she is.
It's not bad.
No, it's not bad.
No.
Okay. Look, that's fine. We understand.
Okay.
So, yeah. Okay. So, anyway.
Now, we asked you, did you know Real Housewives of Salt Lake City? And you'd be like, I don't think so. Then we'd be like, Yolanda.
Or Beverly Hills.
Right. It's that bullshit.
But anyway, because it can relate whether you're a housewife, whether you're a regular wife.
Oh, it relates to everybody.
It relates to everyone. Okay. But it's centered around, the conversation was around her. And her husband was recently, several years ago, a couple of years ago, diagnosed with cancer. He was battling cancer. They were have been together, I think, married or together for over 20 years. And, with her marriage on the show, you've seen ups and downs and things of that kind of nature play out. But she stuck by him through the end. So he passed away about 6 months ago. Well, she has since moved on from there. And she, I think just last week, made it public. They had an event or something, and her boo was there. She took pictures with the guy who she's dating now.
What's it called? Public, something of affection. What is it?
PDA?
Yeah, PDA.
Yeah, public display of affection.
So
anyway, but the thing was she made a public statement, said yes, she is dating someone now, and her and Greg had a conversation before he passed away. And Greg gave his blessings and told her he wanted her to be happy. He wanted her to move on. And he even told her that the next person that finds you, he finds a good woman. And that was not only probably said to her personally, but if you are an RHOA watcher, which I am, then you've seen through their journey him actually speak about that and say that he wanted her to be happy. So the topic was, people felt she moved on too fast. They said it looked classless. They thought it was no taste. She should have waited. She should not have moved on that fast from her husband and started dating. My comment was that I felt like marriage, at death, it breaks that tie or that marital bond. And if her and her husband had a conversation about it and she was fine with it within herself, it was an individual thing. I didn't really feel like people needed to be necessarily weighing in, saying she has no class or she's wrong, because I also said I feel like we can all have our say until we're in that situation. And then I also said, who's to say, because I was a RHOA watcher, who's to say that she was happy or their marriage was united before he got cancer? Yeah. And maybe she stayed during the illness and didn't leave because she didn't want to leave since he had cancer and waited. So that was my thoughts of it. But I want to hear what the people got to say.
What was the question?
Oh, the question is, how do you feel about it? Do you think that it's wrong if someone moves on? Or is there a time limit for if someone passes away, if your loved one, your husband or your wife passes away, Is there a time limit then when you should move on or find love again?
My answer is very simple. Ladies and gentlemen, very simple answer over here. This is what we call an IS, an individual sport. This is not a team sport. Since it's not a team sport, and I'm not a part of the team, and it's an individual sport, then what I do is I concede to whatever makes Nene Leakes happy, whatever makes her new partner happy,
Right.
and whatever her and Greg talked about, because I wasn't there.
Absolutely.
So I can't give a lot of energy to that. If she's happy, I'm happy for her.
Right.
Don't worry about what others think to mold and shape your happiness. That was the grown man quote of the day. So if you're happy, and that's the only person that matters in the happiness equation, everybody has an opinion, and when you put it on social media, then you open up the court of
Public opinion, absolutely.
which means nothing, only to people who think it does.
Right.
So if she's happy, then I'm happy for her.
And that's what I thought too. I felt the same way if she's happy. Janie, look, my girl Janie, be honest, she was making her comment. She says, I think the time limit depends on the individual. Nobody has the right to judge her. And I agree. What do you feel about it?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I feel like it is an individual situation. You don't know what her personal life is, really. Like, she's a public figure, but she deserves that privacy. And we don't get to know that, right? It's not for us to know. But having come from myself situations, not where someone passed, but like an illness, and you stay through and you stick through that with them, that's a really intense thing.
Yeah.
And you don't know that dynamic.
Yeah.
Right? So if anything, good for her. Like, it's a blessing that she found someone
Right.
in her time of grief. If
Right.
this is,
If that's
whatever
what she
those
wanted.
emotions are, that's fine. But how nice of it to have someone bless you with that, saying, go do your thing, be happy. I want you to be happy. And then you find happiness.
Right.
That's what I tell Yolanda. If I was in that situation, I'd be like, listen, I'm on borrowed time, but that cat you got is not. So when I'm out of here, okay, ain't no need to have that.
Did you just say the cat I got is not on
It's not on borrowed time. Ain't no need to have that caged up.
Oh, my goodness.
You take walks in the park with it. You walk. You exercise with it. Enjoy yourself, mama. But you think of the memories we had, okay? And then
And
you
I
go
feel
about
like
your
I would
business.
be the same way. Like,
No, you wouldn't.
yes,
Let me
I
stop
would.
you right there.
Tone,
Now,
if I have an
Let me tell you-
illness, if I'm
can I tell you how
dying,
you would do? Please, can I tell you how you would do?
So let me say this, because this is what was brought up in the conversation too on it. They said he was like, the statement was made, well, look at what Vanessa Williams and it was a couple other people that were mentioned. I forgot the other names that were mentioned in the comment. But these ladies kind of didn't go on. You know, they haven't found another man yet. They have been private about their grieving or, you know, still kept
Somebody
it classy.
said that, what you said.
Yeah, still kept it classy. So my thing to that was, I can't remember who the other ladies, but Vanessa, not Vanessa Williams, Vanessa Bryant. I said Vanessa Williams. I meant
Kobe's
Vanessa.
wife?
Yeah, Kobe's wife. Vanessa Bryant. Kobe left on a Sunday morning. She kissed him and said goodbye Sunday. Him and Gigi was on their way to the game.
Right.
And he's flying over the air and he falls out the sky. That's totally different than I've gone through a year, you know what I'm saying, 2-year battle with cancer or sickness or illness, and we've had ups and downs, and we've had time to know that this is stage 4 or it's fatal, and there is going to be an ending. We've had time to talk about that, plan things, go through moments. That's a total different situation than if you walk out the house and your husband or your wife has an accident and then they're gone. That's different. You know what I mean? So that's the reason why my comment was with Nene on that, because, again, we don't know their business. And from what we did see, just from the public view, they had conversations about it.
But can I tell you how you would be?
How I
Can
no,
I tell you, please?
I want to tell you how I would be, and then you tell me. Because how can you tell me how I would be when I know how I would be?
Because I know how you would do. And I'm a
If
comedian.
I
and
had an
it's-
illness,
It's a flip.
now
to
if
it.
I get out here and I have a car accident,
No, not a car accident.
you
I'm not-
better not.
No, that's not.
I'm talking about 2 weeks,
Death is
a month.
death.
death is death, but there's a difference.
Death is
If
death,
I
boo,
got
so you
sick,
can't put no.
It is.
You ain't no prerequisites on
Yes,
how you
it
die.
is. Baby, if I got
If I
sick.
got cancer, you go out here and find your
If I got-
helpmate. But now, if I get a head-on collision, I wish you would. The death
Because
is
if
death.
I got sick
Okay.
and we were going through the sickness and you
Right.
were there and I saw the strain and I want you, and I know you. Like, I've been married to you. I've been with you. Well, we've been married for 14 years. I've been with you for, you know what I'm saying? We've been together for 24 total. Basically, it's been that long. So I know you. And I know that you thrive with a mate. Therefore, if I love you and I love you unconditionally, you can thrive by yourself, of course. But I also know that you're good. You know, like Fabulous song, I'm a movement by myself, but we're forced when we're together.
Yeah,
And the reason, because of the aspect of how we move,
right,
how
but that's
we've
us.
moved.
But that's us.
Yeah, that
See,
is us.
if you take,
But I would wish that you would have someone.
first of all, in 2022, there are 7 words, ladies and
They're
gentlemen,
laughing.
that you should. I know they are, because we're a damn reality show. And Kay, like, okay,
No, but I'm serious.
have your drink, Kay, because you're babysitting.
Yeah, you better
You are
listen.
babysitting, Kay. So the thing is, me and you, that dynamic. But you don't. That's, look how many years you put into that.
Right.
Okay, if you work somewhere 24 years and you leave that job and you go work somewhere else, you ain't got 24 years in this new job.
Yeah. Well, she can never be me.
You-
I know
that's-
that.
Listen to the point I'm
okay,
making. If you
okay,
let
baby.
me bring it home.
Okay, go ahead.
So when you say, I think you function better with a mate, no, I function, no, I'm an only child. So it took me to have to come into functioning well with somebody.
And that's where I was
You,
coming
among
from.
anybody, should know.
Right.
Put me in a room by myself with a stuffed animal.
Right, and you're fine. So let me speak
Yeah,
the detail.
and I'm good.
I was speaking bold print. Let me speak the detail. We have 2 children together. We have been together. So we've been together for over 20 years. That's a lot of life. That's
Right.
a lot of time and history with
Right.
someone. There's things that you came into sync with, even with me, with having a husband. There's things that I'm in sync with knowing that he handles and he does. Vice versa, things that you know I handle and I do. If something happened abruptly, that would be like, oh my goodness, off balance. If something happened to where there was an meaning we didn't know. But if you have an illness or if you're told you're
Now I
going to
gotta live
die,
through
you
my
have
kids.
certain amount, time to live, then. But my thing is too, I also know you love women, so I would not die saying that Tone is not going to marry anybody. And I don't mean love women in a negative sense, like you are a hoe, because you're definitely
Wait a minute
not.
now, Yolanda.
Baby, I'm only this ain't got nothing
That's
to do.
it. No, that's it.
Baby,
You can call me a hoe on camera.
I didn't
That's
call
it.
you a hoe.
She
I
said
said
you're not.
you're not. That's what I'm saying. So
Kathryn,
I don't
hadn't
even
been
know
here long
why
enough
you're
to be
relating
jumping in
yourself.
shit. Okay, you ain't
Look,
been here long
this is
enough.
grown man conversation, so we have grown
Okay,
talk.
listen. Hold on. Wait a minute. Don't go away from it.
I'm not. But
Listen.
what I'm saying is, I thought you wanted me to finish.
No, because I want to interject.
Okay.
When
What?
you said, I know you love women.
Yeah.
Talk about that.
I'm meaning I know that you loved your mother. You and your mother's relationship
what you
was
really mean,
wonderful.
because you
And I
love
know that you have an appreciation for the woman, for the female, period.
After so many years of me and Yolanda being together, Yolanda is finally in a space where if she has something on her mind, she says it, because she know I'm in a space where it's no rah-rah with me.
Right.
Okay? There's no rah-rah. So my thing is this. Let me tell you how Yolanda is. Let's keep it a buck. Like my man
How
Tariq
am
said.
I?
Let's keep it a buck. Yolanda has a mental list that she keep right here. Okay. God forbid something happens to Yolanda. Or she does have this illness. And she's talking to me. Let me tell you how the conversation will go. She gonna say, and to soften the blow, Kay, she's gonna say, your mama was right about you just like your daddy. Listen, Kay, that's gonna go down. Your mama was right. You're just like your daddy. But the difference between you and your daddy is because you love me. Now, there's some things I never even brought up and never talked about, but I know you love me, but you're still like your daddy. With that being said, listen, I want you to be happy. Now, when Yolanda tell me I want you to be happy, she already know the way I'm built. I'm not going to I'm not gonna go ahead and get no wife. She already know that ain't no wife.
Right. He's not having
but-
another whole wedding.
But watch this. Here go the loophole.
You'll
She
be a
gonna
little
say,
side piece.
She gonna say, I want you to be happy because I know how much you like what you like.
Oh, Lord.
She say, but listen, you can be happy with anybody in this world except, and then she gonna say, if I hear that you with this hoe right here, if this one, you know I still got some questions about this one. This one right here, you know she iffy. This one liking everything on Instagram last week. This one. Now out of that, no, but out of that, if you find somebody, Tone, and you happy,
Yes.
I want you to be happy.
Yeah,
That's you.
Yeah, I am going to have a list.
That's you.
I am going to have a list.
You see?
Yeah.
Hand clap for knowing who you're dealing with.
You would have a list too.
Oh, no.
Oh, so you'll be fine?
And let me tell Kay why I don't have a list.
Okay.
We had a show, Kay. And the topic was, if something happens to your partner, do you already know of someone who could come in and your man would trust and you could take it from there?
Okay.
So when it was presented to me, I had no one. I could think of no one. I was trying to put it together, but I was like, no. And she would throw her girlfriends out. Well, you know, Kay Bell. I was like, nah. When it got to her, Kay, she say, well, that would be Ro. Now, let me bring you up to speed.
So,
No. Let me do it.
Okay.
Ro is my road manager
Okay.
for the last 15 years on the road. Comedy, light-skinned, fly, cat, okay?
Why you got to say light
Because
skin,
so she can see I'm giving her the
say
visual.
Ro was the road
No, because she'd be like, she wouldn't even get it. Be like fly cat, you know.
Nobody
Kay.
bow tall of that, Kay. Go ahead.
One time we was in Virginia, and we were downstairs in the lobby, and a female was talking to me about the show. And then I was like, yeah, this is my road manager, so-and-so. And she was like, oh, yeah. And something happened. She said, well, he ain't my type. And my road manager said, I'm everybody's type. This is who we're talking about, that kind of cat, okay?
Okay.
So
Well,
when
he's
we
a gentleman,
so when
though.
we
He's a
ask the
nice guy.
question, Yolanda say, "Oh, well, I'm gonna tell you right now. If something happened to you, I'll go right to Ro. Ro would be my." So I'm like, "Well, how? Like you already had this together? Like how did he get it? How? So that's
So the
That's-
reason why, I can explain the reason why I
go
said
ahead,
bro,
go ahead.
is because I felt, for one, he's comfortable. Like, we're from, he knows the family. He knows Tone. He loves Tone. He's always respected me. He is a great friend. He has never even looked at me side-eye crazy or nothing, never given me any kind of energy, and I trust him. And I would feel like, okay, so I wasn't thinking of a sexual, you know what I'm saying, confident. I'm thinking of someone that if something happened to my husband, who can help me pick up the pieces, help me continue to function how we were functioning, you know what I'm saying, and honor him and honor Tone's name. And we would all make sure that Tone's name lives on through.
Yeah.
So that's what I was meaning. And all I said was, to me, that's just like having a will, right? When you know who certain, you know what I mean? At least it wouldn't be somebody who didn't respect your legacy, who didn't understand your legacy, who didn't know you, your children, didn't know what you know what I mean? It couldn't just be
He
Harry.
knows all of that, but you know one thing
It
he
couldn't
don't
be
know.
Harry from the post office.
He knows all of that. Ro knows all of that, and I'm comfortable with Ro, and I love Ro. But you know the one thing he don't know.
Look, James talking about, no, Yolanda, you didn't say that out
Do you know
loud.
the one thing he don't know?
What?
That cat.
What about that cat?
He don't know about that.
Who's?
Well, let me tell you something.
What about the cat?
It's too late after I go to try to goddamn orchestrate it in on somebody.
It's like she
I'm gonna
knows she
come
came
back.
here for all
No,
of
but
this.
no, she knew. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna enjoy your drink, okay? I'm gonna come back, okay? I done told you. Now I'm coming back up in there.
You coming back like Ebenezer
Scrooge. I'm tearing the whole house up. You're gonna be visited
What
from
you gonna do? Do the music. Do
ghosts
do the
of
music. Do the
relationships
little sound
past.
effects.
I'm gonna be all of them.
What's the sound effects? What you gonna do?
Like, Yolanda, I know you not with Ro.
Tone, is that you?
You got a light-skinned man in my house.
No.
Put your clothes back on. Why are you naked? Where's London?
I know. He's here.
So he knows about Ro. Why are we sitting here
He
acting
acting
out
out.
some bullshit?
I know, because that's the beauty of love. You know what I mean? And that's, you know.
I'm gonna get somebody you don't even know.
Yeah, you
So
better.
it ain't no problem. You see? Yeah, you better. What kind of shit is that? But my road manager is like, yeah, I better.
But no, I'm just playing. So
That's
I
all right.
already know who you would choose.
Yolanda, you put that on me.
Okay.
Because you got row. So she had to put something on me. I never said that. I never positioned myself
Okay,
for
so
that.
who would you choose?
I don't have anyone. That's what I was trying to tell you that night. But then when it was your turn, you was like, oh,
I got
he ain't got nobody. I got somebody. And look at Kay. Kay keep trying to keep the energy centered because
Right.
she keep doing like
Well,
this.
I look-
Mom, it's
Kay
off.
don't know, right.
The shit's off, boo. Quit pulling your
Kay don't
hands together
realize.
because it's off. The shit's well, you be like this in a minute.
He don't realize this is us.
This
We
is
have
love,
fun.
though.
Yeah,
This
this
is
is
love.
love.
It is
But
love.
I
You
ain't.
feel it.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
gonna do?
Really
You
feel
know
it.
what I'm gonna do?
What you
I'm gonna
gonna
go
do,
get me a
baby?
goddamn. Let me tell you, I'm gonna mess it up.
Hey, what you gonna mess up?
Scarlett Johansson.
I already knew. See, I knew he was gonna say Scarlett Johansson or either Diane Sawyer or somebody like that. Martha Stewart.
You don't
Oh,
say.
no.
You don't. You see the reaction? You don't say Diane Sawyer or Martha Stewart in front of Kay. You
What's
keep
wrong
it
with
at.
that?
Why?
You keep it at Scarlett Johansson.
What's wrong? Because you said Diane. Look, he
First
told
of all,
me one time he had a little crush on Diane Sawyer.
Okay.
And Kay, I told him I'm gonna be real. I said Diane Sawyer look
Smell like
she
mothballs.
smell like applesauce. I ain't say mothballs. I said it's like she
I
smell
don't.
like applesauce.
First of all, ladies and gentlemen, I didn't have a crush on Diane Sawyer.
yes, she did.
No, I didn't. I thought it was something cute. It was something about
Her
them.
intellect.
No, her intellect,
is what
her,
turns you
her
on.
question asking ability, her ability to make people comfortable. It was something about them stockings.
Oh, them stockings on her feet.
It's something because it's something about them stockings that it was something about them. And I said because here goes something people might not know. Black Snapple fact. Okay, enjoy your drink. When I was
Look.
and Yolanda knows this to be true. When I was a kid, I used to.
Are they crying over here?
When I was a kid, I used to crawl up under the table. When my mama would have
Yeah, you
people over
did.
the house, I would crawl up on the table. And when ladies would take their shoes off, I would crawl up under the table and smell their stockings.
Smell they stockings.
Is that why you sell
It
socks
was
now?
something. I don't know.
It was something
But
about
it was something about
stinky
them stockings.
feet.
No, it wasn't stinky feet. It was the smell of the
A husk?
stockings. It was something about it.
Because
I
when
was
they
a
been
little
in them
kid.
toes
But it
all
was
day,
something
in them
about
shoes
it, though.
all day.
There's something about it, them stockings.
You like,
That's a
oh,
generation.
So when I
Generational
seen that's trauma. It's a trauma trigger. So when I go do this ayahuasca, Mother Ayahuasca will be like, boy, you are God, Lord, I'm glad you came to see me.
Right.
Oh, I'm so glad you came here. And I got 4 nights with you. But it was something about them stockings. So I think I kept that over the years. You know, something about seeing Diane Sawyer do the interview in them stockings. I was like, I wonder what them stockings are. And then I said, no, I'm going to move on from her. It went to Martha Stewart because Martha Stewart is a business guru. I know if I sit down and talk to Martha Stewart and put some of this game on Martha, okay, I'm going to be just like Snoop.
Like Snoop.
Yeah,
I believe
Snoop
her
did.
and Snoop. I believe
But
so. I
but
believe
no,
so.
Snoop.
I
No,
believe
you didn't.
Snoop.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I believe
But
it.
look, I could learn something from Martha. Plus, Martha
yeah, yeah.
Martha looked like she'll
Yeah.
do something. And you know me, Yolanda. I don't. You know, I want
Honey, they would tear you
you,
up.
but I don't want you to take your clothes off. All you
The
need-
public would tear
all
you
need-
up.
All you need from me,
If
Martha,
something
is
happened
that.
to me
All
and
you
they
need from
see
me,
you with
Martha, is
Diane
that
Sawyer
chapstick.
or Martha,
Martha,
they
all
gonna
you
tear
need
you
from
up.
me is that lip gloss, Mama. You
Whatever,
keep
honey.
all this on. You can come in there with a shawl, but get that chapstick.
Whatever.
That's how I'm gonna make my money. And I'm gonna tell the story before I get off the air, and everybody gonna die. What you told me the other night
What?
when you went to the bathroom and was talking to him in the shower, everybody getting ready to die.
Who?
So,
Who was I talking?
London. And so
Oh Lord.
now I went back to Scarlett Johansson, and this is why I did it, Kay. Let me tell you the philosophy.
Martha done been to jail
got
and
an
back.
X on
She
my
can
name.
learn you something.
Nobody would see
right.
it. I got an X on the end of my name. Nobody wouldn't see that.
Mm-mm.
So I'm going under the radar on you. Martha Stewart, Diane Sawyer, Scarlett
I
Johansson.
mean, there is a correlation.
Brother Norman, honey, the FO, they come and get you. They'd be like, oh, something happened to this brother.
I'm gonna get it out my system first, then.
Oh, okay.
Right after they come get me, them tape, I'll be like, oh, I don't know what happened. Yolanda done left me. I went crazy. I don't know what happened, brother Norman.
Lord
I
have
don't
mercy.
know what happened.
You're so stupid.
So that was jest. That was all in jest. That was all in jest. They are, boy. That was all in jest. But tonight we had a great show.
We did.
I think this is the way that you go out.
Yeah.
Kay has been babysitting that drink
She
since
has
we got
been.
here. Me and Yolanda are in it, but we want to thank you for coming through.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about reflexology. We are sure that you will have some of grown gang
Yeah, reaching
coming
out.
to see you,
I look forward
reaching
to
out.
it.
We might even do a grown gang adult field trip.
Yeah.
You know what I
And
mean?
come out to the
I know
spot.
y'all only allow
That'd be
so
awesome,
many
Yeah.
in the
Mhm.
office at
that.
one time, but we'll work
Maybe
that
we
out.
can bend the rules with the owner.
Right,
You
because
know
they
what I'm
treat you
saying?
like you got to come in there. You like a book bag. You like, all right,
Right.
not everybody.
We could do a grown
Not everybody.
pop up, and we could be her clients for the day.
She like my voice.
So
I'm
you
just
know,
going
we-
in.
you can
I'm
schedule
just going
us
in.
out for
I'm just
the
going in
day.
and talk to her.
I'm all yours.
Yes, we could do
I'm just
that.
going in and talk.
And then also too, Janie, I'm gonna make sure I
Yeah.
connect you and Janie together. So I'm
do.
gonna get your information and make
Okay.
sure that I connect you all through text.
And
I
this is
think
how
you
you
two
know.
could do some great, amazing things together because you
That's
guys
true.
are lined
This is
up.
how you know we're having a great time tonight
Oh.
because LeBron
Oh, it's on.
plays. No, he plays a late game, so got a little time. Okay, but
We got a little time.
one more time because they're still sticking with us, and they are cracking up. Yolanda, we're going back to this. Tell them how they can follow you on social media
Okay.
and how they can get in contact with you.
All right. So social media at Grounded Bloom Reflexology. You can get in contact with me through there, through groundedbloom.com, or you can call or text 704-657-3761.
And if you say Y Square or Tone X sent you, you never know.
Nothing.
You never know.
You never know. We're gonna leave it like
God,
that.
Well, God damn it.
Say Tone X or Y Square
Well,
sent you and
well,
see
guess
what
what?
happens. See what kind of blessing might
Well,
come
guess
your
what?
way.
I should have said Tone X and Y Square sent me.
You should have.
How about that?
You
Because-
should have. You should have.
I should have said that.
You should have
Okay,
said it.
That was an inside
Yes.
joke, but never mind. Reflexology, Grounded Bloom Reflexology, Concord. Yolanda, we've talked about Nene. There's no more hot topics. I think that was it. Although we could go on about that one right there. Before I go, I'd like to leave you with a story. It's story time. Yolanda, and this is a true story. Yolanda came in the living room last night, perturbed. She had a look on her face. And I was like, what's going on? And she said, listen, I just went in the bathroom. And I said, okay. She said, I was talking to London. That's my 12-year-old son.
Our 12-year-old.
Okay, you're right.
Yeah, you say mine. It sounds like
It
it's your
does.
child
You're
and
right.
not your.
You're
It's
right.
it's mine.
You're right.
I had
It's
him.
ours.
Ours.
The universe
Mhm.
borrow him.
Well, I had him, so
Yeah, but it's all
he
in-
came through these.
Well,
he came through these hips,
that's the
honey.
gateway, but it's borrowed
Yeah.
time.
It
It's
is.
borrowed time.
Well, that's why
We don't own him.
he's mine.
He been here before anyway.
I know he has.
Okay, so Yolanda was like, "You got to go do something," and I said, "What do I need to do?" She said, "I don't know, but you got to do something." I was talking to him, and it was foggy, and he wiped the fog away, and he was like, "Mom, what'd you say?" And Yolanda said, "Listen, he's 12, but he got the Benjamin Buttons." Yolanda said he got to be 30, but he looked 12.
He look 18.
Yolanda said because he built like a grown man. Yolanda came and looked at me and said, "Toe, this ain't normal." I said, "Yolanda, well, what you want me to do? Like what so what am I getting ready to do? Go in there and cast a spell and make it is
It's
what
not
it is.
normal.
Your son is 12 and can make $1,200 a day on OnlyFans.
No,
That's the reality.
no.
That boy could put on a pair of sweatpants and make $1,000 a week. Yolanda, we missing the money.
No.
Am
See,
I?
and I'm
Ain't
at-
that what you told me though?
It is, but that's not what you were supposed to tell everybody, though.
I think it's a good story.
Of course you would.
I think it's a good story
Of course you would.
because, like I tell him, I might not be able to leave you $1 million. Might not be able to leave you a lot of land, but your daddy did leave you some longevity. Okay,
You're so
you
crazy.
you in the game. Huh?
You are so crazy.
You in the game. Look, get chocolate on.
Don't nobody laugh at none of
Yes,
that.
you do.
Because
And
none
y'all
of it
laughing
was
at what
funny.
she was talking about.
No.
Look. Somebody, look. Queen B said, you paying it forward on.
Yeah, don't laugh at none of that.
Oh my goodness, your baby.
My baby, my 12-year-old baby. He ain't a baby no more, though.
He's still a baby.
Yeah, he is a baby. He is definitely a baby.
He's just blessed and highly favored. God got his eye on him. That's how you know he's going to be special.
Yeah.
That's how you know he's going to be special.
Yeah.
You know how I used to do that joke on stage about I don't know why a woman would ever say she broke. Because all y'all sitting on the job.
He's so stupid.
Well, your son.
He's sitting on a job, too. And plus, he got that karate in him, so he going to know how to chop up somebody as
That's
well.
your son, too.
Yeah, I know.
You got
Well,
to take some of the responsibility. It ain't on me.
I don't have anything to do with that. So that's all on you. How is that my responsibility?
In a roundabout way, I just wanted you to let everybody know that.
You need to stop it. That's what you need to do.
Oh
You
my
need to stop it
goodness.
before I knock you out. That's what you need to do. And they see it go. He
What
will
is this
always
saying
be a
over there?
baby. Janie said he will always be a baby. Absolutely. He sure will. He will always be my baby.
Well,
Yes.
what you want to do now?
So,
Ready
well,
to
it's
cut it?
time to close it out, baby. I
Let's
guess
close
we
it
got to
out.
let the good folks know we're going to see them again next
Inshallah.
year, inshallah, next
Next year, baby.
Tuesday. Next year, 2022. Don't take my
That's a
glass off.
running joke. Been
Oh,
doing it since
that
we
has
started.
nothing to do with
Been
me.
doing it since,
yeah.
that's my little thing, so don't act
Oh,
like it's
okay.
cute tonight.
So 2022, we'll be back to see you for another Grown Man Conversations, the Visual Podcast. Have more exciting guests lined up.
We do.
Some new things. The little set might change a little bit. We're also going to come back with the live shows with with the audience. So stay tuned for all of that.
And we want to take it to another level, not just with the show, but with the information, with the guests. She was talking about how the studio may change. You'll see some new, innovative,
Some new
ideas.
things in the studio.
And
Yeah.
we come back in 2022, and we want to pause and thank the people. It's always love from the grown game. When I know somebody has my back, it's different in how I act. It's different in how I talk, because I know I got a whole team of people who will hold me down.
Right.
Not because they have to, but because they want to.
Right.
And that's grown gang. It started off with 10, 15, 20 people, and now it's a big deal. And so we appreciate you tuning in on Tuesday night. We appreciate you supporting myself, Y Square,
Yes.
and Grown Man Conversations, and everything up under the Grown Man umbrella, because you can't do it without an audience. There's no energy, and there's no reason to do it. And so I love y'all for real, not for ratings, just like I say on the radio. Also, want to shout out and thank EQ Studios,
Yes.
Kirk, for building and believing.
Kirk and Jay Styles.
Jay Styles, building with the show and the brand and the sound, the look and the technology, believing in the vision and believing in the movement and what we're trying to do. I always say it only takes one person to take you from the mud to the mountain. That just means you need one person to believe in you,
you.
maybe more than yourself, but to believe in you enough to want to see you. And Russell Simmons said, if you are broke and you want to make money, then help someone else make money. So on that note, we want to thank you. We can't thank you enough for holding us down this year, and we look forward to bigger and better things in 2022. And we just look forward to 2022 and stop that suffer talk.
Absolutely. Struggle talk.
Struggle talk.
Suffer
about
and struggle.
2022 coming. If 2021 was like this, we're not doing that next year, people. We are not let me tell you something. If you talking like that next year, we are pushing your ass
To the side.
off the boat.
Yeah.
It's like the Titanic. Now, it's the Titanic already going down. Now, you're going to get your ass on this raft, and you bringing more struggle talk, you going right in there with the sharks. Because we ain't riding with you this year. We ain't. If me and Yolanda look around and it ain't nobody in the raft, then it ain't nobody in the raft. But some of those old habits we going to have to shake, and we going to have to stop. So, peace and blessings to you all, beautiful people. Just like I said on the radio.
Thank
Kathryn
you.
Ambrosini.
Thank you very much. And you as well.
Thank you.
For being a part of what we're doing.
And I'll
And,
definitely be coming to get my reflexology.
We're going to see y'all in 2022.
We are.
And leave Nene alone.
Leave her alone. Let her be
God
happy.
damn it,
Let her get her
leave
love.
Don't keep that cat caged up. Let it out. Walk it. Let it get some good air. I wish you would. Some of y'all keep your cat on a leash in the backyard, then wrap itself around the tree 6 months after the funeral.
Lord,
A
have
year. Go on, let the cat out. Let the cat out. They know. Let it out.
Let the cat out. Play the
Yeah,
music.
don't be suffering. Ain't no
Play
need
us
to
out,
suffer.
baby.
It's a grown man
For
in the
what?
building.
Right.
I don't
Let
think
it out.
you ready. Come
We got
on.
all kinds of things.
We riding on some grown man knees. We step into some grown man knees. Conversation on some
Next
grown
year,
man
baby.
knees.
Happy New
Put
Year
your
in
hands up on some
advance.
grown man knees.
Happy New Year.
We puffing on some grown man knees. We sipping on some grown man knees. We vibing on some grown man knees. We loving on some grown man knees. I know, you know that you're down with me. You know, I know that you're feeling me. Know that the time has passed for you to raise your glass, to stand up, put your pants up, and you know that it's time to represent. We riding on some grown man knees. We step into some grown man knees. Conversation on